Let's get the takeaways from it first. The most important thing, scorecards. Happy with the scorecards? 115, 113, twice 116, 112.
I don't have a problem with that one. When you're talking about one round off, one judge could have had the other guy winning that round, and that changes that scorecard to 116, 112. So I don't agree with Eddie in regards to the judges disrespecting Madrimov. Yes, hell of a fighter. He fought a great fight tonight. He didn't win.
Close fight. I think it was a close fight. Sean Porter, I respect him. I just don't know what fight he was watching. It was a really competitive fight. But Crawford said it himself. He had to respect the power that was coming back from Madrimov. It was one of these fights where it depends what you like. I mean, Madrimov was really in the fight, throwing the right shots. It was hard for Crawford to get off. It was hard for Crawford to fight his fight because Madrimov kept punching it and intercepting between the power. Tough fight to score, but I think the judges got it right.
Yeah, but you talk about the shots that Madrimov landed. He landed one shot all night, the right hand. People are not counting the body shots that Crawford landed. A lot of crisp body shots and a lot of jabs over and over again. That's why Madrimov's left eye was red and swollen. So you're looking at the dramatic shots, but Crawford was landing the sneaky shots and a lot of body shots.
I love how this conversation is going to keep on going about the scorecards, but in the end, the right fighter won, and that's the most important thing in boxing. Now, the big talking point prior to this fight was Canelo. Did we see enough from Terence Crawford in that ring to want or justify a shot at the 168-pound king?
I would say yes, because boxing is about styles, right? Canelo's a guy that's not as busy as Madrimov. He has a jerky, awkward style that is hard to time. I think Canelo doesn't have that style. Whether he's ready or not, that would remain to be seen. We'll have to see him in the ring, but I'm not going to count him out because of that performance.
No. Not whether he's ready. Does he warrant the Canelo fight? There's a difference.
He's the best fighter in the world. He won a title at a different division, yes.
Sergio, did we see enough?
No, I did not, because I just think it's too much for Bud Crawford to move up to 168. I mean, look, he struggled with Madrimov 154. Credit to Madrimov. He's a big 154. He's strong. He has that Olympic pedigree. He was a champion, but he lost tonight. I think if Bud Crawford moves up 2 weight divisions to fight Canelo, that's way too much. This is a man that's fought at 175. Way too much for Bud Crawford. 4-division world champion. I can maybe see him going to 160, but that's the limit.
It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, Kate. Back to you guys upstairs. I'm with Ak on this one, and then the right man did win, but again, I don't think we saw enough to get the Canelo fight.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Sean, let's get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm going to be quick with mine. We tried to tell you guys what to expect. We told you that Madrimov, even though he's only 10-0, was worthy to be in the ring with Terence Crawford. We saw more than enough resistance from him, and we also saw that Terence may be not big enough for that 168-pound fight against Canelo Alvarez. All that being said, though, let's also not forget that fighters can fight themselves into a fight. I think Crawford has showed himself to be extremely dangerous to someone like Canelo Alvarez over the years. For the first time, we've seen that Crawford isn't as dangerous as we may think. He may have fought himself into that fight with Canelo.
Yeah, and let's not put Madrimov in a 168-pound body. Canelo Alvarez is a very different fighter than Madrimov. If Canelo fights Crawford, Crawford's not going to face the same kind of herky-jerky motion, the same kind of things that gave him trouble. He'll have a whole wealth of new problems, specifically the power and the speed of Canelo Alvarez, but we don't know that what we saw from Crawford against Madrimov will cause him the same problems against Canelo Alvarez.
What about other potential opponents if the Canelo fight doesn't come off?
Oh, look, Terence Crawford says he wants to be undisputed at 154 pounds. That only leaves a few options out there on the table. Obviously, Canelo Alvarez, I think, would be tops on that list. Sebastian Fundora, right now he has 2 full versions of the 154-pound title. Bakram Mutsalayev, this is a guy that has been fighting on the Jermell Charlo undercards for, I think, 37 years, and he's finally been elevated to the full champion at 154. He is a belt for hire. So that is a very easy fight for Bud Crawford to make. So if the Canelo fight doesn't come together, I would expect Fundora to be the first guy on Bud Crawford's hit list.
Obviously, I understand the appeal of undisputed, but neither of them are fights that have any kind of comparison to the level of what a Canelo fight does in terms of promotion, interest, ticket sales, all of that.
You heard what Crawford said to me in the ring. It's not necessarily about legacy. It's about the giant bag that he can get by fighting Canelo Alvarez. So if that money's right, Terence Crawford and Canelo will face each other.
Sure, go on.
His Excellency did mention a fight with Virgil Ortiz as well, so Virgil is a week away from having a prime performance to put him in the ring with Terence Crawford.
What's your impression? Is Canelo interested?
I think for the right price, Canelo will be interested. He is also a business man.
Agree?
I got nothing for you. I agree 100% for the first time
Hey.
tonight.
So, Virgil Ortiz, let's talk about him for just 1 second. Or in fact, actually, no, let me just remind you, because we do have another big fight night coming up. As we were saying, that's next Saturday. It is live from Las Vegas when Virgil Ortiz Jr. puts his perfect record on the line. That one coming up against Sergey Bohachuk. Don't forget, 10th of August, that is a week from today, live on DAZN. And with that, it's been a pleasure being with the two of you. Thank you.
I had more takes.
Enjoy. Well, it's so good to have you with us for Riyadh Season's debut outing in the United States on a brilliant night of fights. Terence Crawford has added to his already rich legacy in this sport, becoming a 4-division champion after starting his career at 135, undisputed at 140 and 147. He is now world champion at 154 and calling for a fight at 168 against Canelo. Generational great, but still hungry for more. Thank you for joining us on DAZN. Have a great night, everybody.